Hi friends, welcome back. This is Solomon Jagwe. I'm back with another quick insight and tutorial, and today we're going to be talking about Daz Studio to the Unreal Engine. If you're new to my channel, I welcome you. Thank you so much for stopping by. I ask that you kindly spare a minute to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you're alerted when I post a new video. And for everybody else who has subscribed, thank you so much for your support. I truly, truly appreciate it. So today I'm going to talk about the bridge from Daz to Unreal. I've talked about the ones from Daz to Maya, Daz to 3ds Max, and also Daz to Blender. But I'm excited about this particular one because I'm digging more into the Unreal Engine. I'm falling in love with this platform. I can't say enough how excited I am. So the fact that they've added the ability to send your models, characters, and environments, and actually recently they updated it to support environment. So the reason it took me a while to actually dig into this one is because for some reason it wasn't working. I tried it. Trust me, I tried it and it wasn't working for me. I tried to install it and for some weird reason it wasn't working. But then I noticed that there was an update. And so if I go to the Unreal, Daz to Unreal plugin here in the Daz Central, it's version 3.4. So if you don't have 3.4, you may be going through the same challenges that I was experiencing. So I highly encourage you to re-download it and check and see which version you have. So 3.4 is what has finally worked for me. Now, this is not yet compatible with the Unreal Engine 4.26. It currently works with our 4.25, and I'm sure they're going to update it soon enough to where it can support 4.26 because I want to use some of the new features in 4.26. So anyway, the way you get this plugin, if you haven't already downloaded it, is you go to this page on Daz 3D where they're talking about the bridges, and click to get started. Click there. It'll bring you to this page, right? So if you want to go to get the Unreal one, just click on the Unreal Engine and then fill out all these details, and it will be downloaded to your Daz, to your Daz Central. And if it's not uninstalled, it will show up here as install. So one thing that you have to keep in mind is that you have to go up here in the, so if for example the dashboard is like this, you can go to this specific one, to Daz to Unreal, yes, and then up in the corner click on that and then scroll down. So that it might be like this when you first start. Scroll down and then the path, it's going to ask you for the path to the Unreal Engine. So make sure you use exactly what you see here. And the way it's structured is that, for example, if I go to Epic Games, on my C drive in Epic Games, these are the folders. So you double click on, for example, 4.25, copy this path, and then come back here, click on the edit icon, and then select the folder and then select it. And so now it's when you click install, it will be installed in the correct place. Please do that before you start the Unreal Engine. Okay. And once you've installed it, now you have the ability, if you go to the Unreal Engine. So let me see, which project should I start? I'm going to use 4.25 because that's what it's compatible with right now. Let's try with the demo project. So once Unreal starts, it's going to show up, the plugin is going to show up as one of the options that are available to download, but it won't show up until you click search in the plugins section. So once this loads, we'll go back and I'll walk you through the process. And in the meantime, while that's loading, let's talk about some of the content that you'll be able to install. Okay, it has actually installed. So here's a demo of what I was able to bring into from Daz Studio. So this is a set from Daz 3D that I was able to bring in. I'm gonna go through and so we can do it from scratch. And the plugin, you have to go to settings, plugins, and select after you've installed it, search for Daz to Unreal, and then enable it. The Unreal is going to ask you to restart your project, and then you start it to be enabled. So it will be one of the projects. So it's important for you to have a project open when you send the environment and character from Daz Studio to the Unreal Engine. So please make sure your project is already set up. Maybe you need to create a new level and then put it there. Okay. So for this one, this is the terrain that we have right now. We can actually, I'm gonna turn it off. Just turn off every single thing. Well, we'll need that one. So this is where you would start, right? So from scratch. And maybe I should actually delete these. No, let's put them in a folder. Move them to a folder, move them to create folder, and we'll call this demo. Okay. Be trying to be organized. Okay, and then let me just open these different windows. Okay, so make sure this is open. You know, the level is open. Your project is open in Unreal. So let's go to Daz Studio. Okay, so we're gonna start with this character. This is like a little robot guy that I want to bring into the Unreal Engine. So I struggled initially to get this to work until I figured out what was wrong. There was something wrong. There was a step that I was missing that I should have been doing. Okay, so first, so we have an environment in here as well. So we have this robot, and then I have level 19 loaded in here. So let me rotate around. So this is like a sci-fi environment, you know. So this little guy is scared to go down there. Oh, he's pondering. It's a life choice. Should I go down there? And it says, watch your head down there. So he's thinking, okay, I need to go down there. But so this is the set that I want to, you know, I'm always thinking of like a story in my head. I never want to create something in 3D that doesn't have a story to it. So even when I'm picking environments from Daz Studio and from the Daz 3D market, I'm always thinking, what story am I trying to tell? Okay, so this is what we're trying to send. So first, I'm gonna select the level and turn it off. And now I want to send this character first. Okay, so with the plugin installed, when you go to File, so it's, you know how we used bridges. So for example, I have the Blender bridge here, but for the Unreal Engine, they have it under File, Send to, and maybe eventually all the other, you know, plugins, the scripts will be brought to Send to. But for now, the Unreal Engine, it's Daz to Unreal. You have to go to the File menu, Send to, and then Daz to Unreal, not in the scripts folder. Okay, so we have it selected and click Daz to Unreal. Now make sure your project is open in Unreal Engine. All right, and this is where it was just tripping me up. So under here, if you choose static mesh, it will send the textures, but it won't send the mesh. So make sure you send the skeleton mesh. That's what you need. Okay, make sure that you definitely do that. Click skeleton mesh, select that, and you can select these, everything. This is what I'm using as a default sending, and I'm using 2014, the binary. Okay, and then it's gonna put it in a, you could, if you have like a hard drive, because these projects can get really big, so find a place where there's enough space. For me, because I want it to load pretty quick, I have it on my C drive, which is an SSD hard drive. And let's go ahead and click accept. Okay, it's gonna actually go very quick. It's done. And then in Unreal, if you actually load the project, let's go back. Come on. Okay, there we go. So there it is. It's importing in real time. So you don't have, there's nothing really that you have to do in Unreal specifically, like file import. No, it sends it automatically from Daz Studio to the Unreal Engine, but you just have to make sure your project is open. Okay, and let's see how long it takes. I usually leave these to run so that you get a better sense of how long it takes. Okay, and after this, once the character comes in, we're gonna also bring the environment as well. All right, so you're gonna get a message here. It says no smoothing groups, but for now, just ignore it. And you notice it didn't bring that little robot in here, because that robot is not a humanoid. It's not like a Genesis 3 or Genesis 8 model, so it's gonna be considered as a prop of some kind. So there it is right here, and so I can drag and drop him here. Look at that. The little guy is in Unreal, and it brought in the textures nicely. So this is really, really neat. All right. So we brought in a robot. Now we need to, for now, I'm actually gonna, let me delete this because I want to show the set building as well. So we brought in our character, which well, our robot, not a Genesis 8 character. So we just have to go back again and select the level. Same thing. Let's turn this off. Just bring it back and make sure it's selected. Go to File, Send to Daz to Unreal. Same thing, level 9. Just verify that's the one. Don't use static, use skeleton mesh, and click Accept. And let's run real quick to Unreal. Okay, here we go. So here it comes in. Let's see how long this one takes. All right, so while that's coming in, I wanted to talk about some of what you're going to be able to. So all these environments that you see in here, it opens up your whole world, especially if you're like creating a short film. And I'm speaking mainly to people who are indie filmmakers who don't have large teams to create these environments and sets from scratch, but you have an idea of a short film that you want to create. And because the Unreal Engine offers a faster rendering time, this is a good way to send these environments that you've purchased on Daz 3D, and then you send them to the Unreal Engine. So it opens up our world of being able to tell like stories, especially science fiction stories. But there are all kinds of environments in here that you can get, that you can bring in, like post-apocalyptic track. That word always trips me up. Apocalyptic. That's cool, right? So those are things that you can bring in and have fun with. It's like whenever I look at Daz 3D, Daz 3D, the marketplace, I get excited because I'm a storyteller at heart, and all these things I'm like, I see that, I see a story, I see that, I see a story. So anyway, the fact that they've added this plugin from Daz Studio to Unreal is so cool for us as storytellers, and especially those who are getting into the Unreal Engine. So let's go back. Same window that we saw before. Just close that. And so the environment has been brought in, and it's let's see, is it right here, level 19? Let's drag it in and see what it looks. Look at that, guys. Okay. So now you can go about doing your lighting and everything. So for example, we can go to lights and bring in a rectangular light. Let's see, where are you, light? Okay. And we can bring it down. We can also rotate it so that the light is coming down. So this is what's really cool, is that now you have a Daz Studio environment, well textured, ready for use in the Unreal Engine. And now we can go back to our Daz to Unreal folder. So everything is going to be put into your root on the content, and down here it's going to create a Daz to Unreal folder, and each element, each like environment or character that you bring in will be given like a folder for itself. So we want the little guy, AB3K, and this is the one that I use, the one that's at the like a purple teal kind of so that's the one you want to bring in. Okay, so you see how it's up in the sky, like just floating. Just click on this icon right here and it will restore it to the origin. Same thing with the environment itself. So level 9, I can click on that to make sure it's on the origin. So just like we were in Daz Studio, here we are again. We have our character. That is so cool. So that is what I wanted to show you guys today, that you can bring in your environments from Daz 3D, light them, set up, import all kinds of other vehicles. Like, for example, here's another one that I was able to bring in this track. So let's just drag and drop it right here. And then let's click on the reset to default. So you can bring in all kinds of vehicles and then animate them, set up your environment. So guys, I hope this was helpful, and I encourage you to give it a try. Just go through and go shopping, find what you want to get from Daz 3D, and then install the plugin and have fun creating all kinds of cool environments and sets and stories. So I want to do like a quick like a short film using some of these elements. So in my next tutorial, I'll talk about characters as well as animation. But for today, we're talking about bringing environments and props from Daz Studio, sorry, from Daz 3D, to the Unreal Engine, and then creating short films with it. So I hope this was helpful. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you're alerted when I post a new video. And I look forward to seeing what you guys create. And thank you so much. I appreciate your support. Let's continue to dream big. Let's continue to strive to tell our stories and never give up. I'm continuing to pray everyone who's affected by the pandemic and COVID-19. It's a trying time, but it's also an awesome time for us to be able to dream big and tell our stories and use tools like the Unreal Engine to create to bring our stories to life. So thank you so much, guys. I see you next time with another tutorial and insight. Thank you so much. Bye for now.